This is the Global Economic Scrap Metal Commodities and Recycling Report by BENLEE Roll-Off Trailers and Open-Top Gondola Trailers, January 7th, 2019. A belated Happy New Year. In the last 2 weeks, commodity prices were mostly down and economic reports were mostly negative. U.S. steel production rose slightly, remaining near a multi-year high. Tariffs have dramatically helped the U.S. steel industry, with a downside to consumers and many manufacturers. Note the gray line at the bottom left. In early 2016, after President Obama implemented steel tariffs due to countries like China dumping at low prices, steel production in the U.S. rose an enormous 25%. 2 years later, President Trump added even more tariffs due to national security concerns, heavily affecting countries like Canada and Mexico. U.S. steel production went up another 4% to the solid levels of today, but with much higher prices. Oil fell to a new multi-year low, but Friday rose to $48.31 a barrel. OPEC and Russian production cuts should kick in soon, which will raise prices. Lower prices remain great for consumers, but bad for the growing U.S. oil industry. U.S. oil production was steady, remaining at the record 11.7 million barrels a day, despite the lower prices. Iron ore rose $3.50 to $71 a ton after hitting a recent low as markets work to stabilize, yet are concerned about slowing around the world. Scrap steel #1 heavy melt remained at $3.29 a gross ton. With a global slowdown now a reality, prices should be down about $20 a gross ton or more this week. Hot rolled coil steel fell to near a one-year low of $36.14 per hundredweight as many markets show weakness on higher interest rates and slowing demand. Copper fell to about an 18-month low and rose Friday to still a low of 264.3 on major news of China slowing, yet hearing a positive about U.S. interest rates. The 5-year copper chart shows copper broke out of the recent range it's been and is now dropped. Copper is known as the metal with a PhD, Dr. Copper. It knows about the health of the global economy. It knows it is slowing. Aluminum fell to 85 cents, near an 18-month low on all the global slowing in many markets. December's China Manufacturing Index dropped below 50, which means their manufacturing is contracting, not just slowing. Tariffs and a global slowdown are hurting the world's second largest economy, and that's China. This will put downward pressure on many commodity prices. December's U.S. factory activity slowed to a 2-year low of 54.1 from 59.3, still growth, but slowing. New orders dropped the most since January 2014 as output growth slowed as well. Exports expanded, but at a lower level, and overall backlogs dropped to a zero level of expansion. December's U.S. jobs created were a terrific 312,000, with the most jobs in healthcare and food services. December's U.S. labor participation rate, which is people over 16 years of age that could work and are actually working, rose to 63.1 as people that were not looking for work came into the workforce. Instead of getting government handouts, they're now paying taxes. Just great news. December's unemployment rate actually rose to 3.9% due to the more people entering the workforce. So this is good news, not bad news. December's U.S. vehicle sales rose to a strong 17.55 million as low gasoline rates support customers buying more and larger vehicles. December's U.S. consumer sentiment was revised higher to 98.3, making 2018 average at 98.4 the best year since the year 2000, 18 years ago. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average fell to a 15-month low, but rose a bit on Friday, ending at 23,430 as the Federal Reserve, which sets interest rates, said interest rates are about right. There is also the hope of positive China trade talks, and the 312,000 new jobs were positive. As we start the new year, my thanks to the BENLEE team and our customer base for a great 2018. In the last quarter, we received the 3 largest commitments in the company's 44-year history. We now start 2019 with a record backlog. Thank you. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week.